Welcome to a demonstration video showing off the new Mk3a overhead catenary system. This is a demo rather than a tutorial, so I'm not particularly going to show you how to use the equipment. We're just going to try and go through it as quickly as possible, hopefully so it's not too dull, showing what we have created so far for the pack. So let's first of all go for an automatic curve. Single track, as you can see, very quick and easy to place the overheads down. We've got several options for the spacing, so we've got 2.5, 3.2, sorry for the reach, this is 3.6 and 4. This is the distance between the mast and the nearest rail, so 2.5 to 4, you can see it moving around there. Okay. We can also do this on double track, and doesn't matter whether it's standard spacing or non-standard spacing. So automatic curve 2T. Let's filter our results. So here we go. There we go again. Straightforward to go. And we can do exactly the same here on the uneven space track. And again, we've got the various options for spacing as well. Okay, we have midpoints. Each length of wire is approximately a mile long, and a midpoint happens at the middle of that mile and is there to anchor the track to prevent the friction of the pantograph against the wire from dragging the overhead wires forward or backwards. So as you can see here, we've got an anchor point, an extra insulator here, and then we've also got the wire running to the midpoint mast, and at the midpoint the actual cables are anchored together. So that's a midpoint. We also have overlaps. I'm going to show you overlaps with boosters because they're very similar, and by showing you with the boosters it allows me to show off the boosters to you as well. So let's get that going. So let's place our automatic curve 2T, so our first overlap mast, our second one, you can see there's the booster, our third one, now the booster's on the other side, and then finally our fourth one. Now with these, unfortunately due to limitations of the game, you have to do a little bit of work putting in the wires that the game won't put in for you. Hopefully this will give you an indication of that is fairly quick. And overlaps happen when one wire ends and the new wire starts. And as I've already said, wires are a mile long, so you have to do this every mile. A booster overlap is usually every other overlap, so a booster overlap happens every 2 miles roughly. These aren't exact guaranteed figures, but they're fairly accurate. So with the booster ones, we have these extra nodes that we can click on to add in the wire links. We do the same over here. And then we do our final connections for the contact and catenary wires. Add in the return wire. I did that already down here, I did. So there we go, we now have an overlap. If we just click off the lofted sections so we can see that properly. There you go, there's an overlap. You can see what happens in an overlap is the one wire is being led out, the new wire is being led in. So if you look at the heights here, you'll see that in the middle, I get the camera at the right place, in the middle the two wires are the same height, but at the end the wire that's being led in is higher at this point, and over here the wire that's been led out is higher. So the pantograph basically changes contact between the old and new wire as it goes underneath. All the models are very detailed. We've got reflections on the insulators because they're made of ceramic. We've got all the nuts and bolts made. They're highly detailed models, but they also have multiple LODs, so this isn't going to be a frame rate killer, or we hope that they're not going to be. So as I move back, the LOD will, second LOD will kick in, which is a low detail LOD, where the whole of the cantilever framework is replaced with a single quad. Cut hopefully means that although they're quite high poly near up, there's only a few very close, and rapidly the second LOD kicks in, reducing the number of polys that have to be drawn rapidly. There's lots of other features in with these cantilever overheads. But yeah, that's hopefully giving you a rough idea of how far we've got, and we're pretty much ready to move on to semi-portal and portal overhead systems, as well as headspan. All of those I am hoping will be easier than the cantilever models. Okay, thanks very much for watching.